What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic Puzzle Quest adventure. Today's quest: who needs Fiery Emancipation? Not I, Senora. I'm just kidding. I really want Fiery Emancipation, but I haven't pulled it yet. I'm going to give myself 1 week, and then I'm going to pull it from the deal, from my VIP packs. I'm hopeful for it. But today we're going to be spotlighting Chandra's Incinerator. So Chandra's Incinerator is from M21. It's an 8/8/20 red creature with trample. It's an elemental. When you deal non-combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, if this card is in your hand, reduce its cost by X until end of turn. X is the damage dealt that way. When you deal non-combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, deal X damage to target opposing creature. So this creature works really well. You get a burn deck. You do non-combat damage to your opponent, reduces the cost to cheat this guy out even faster because 20 is a bit high. He's on the board. Then what winds up happening is that every time you do damage to your opponent, if they've got a crit on the board, it helps eliminate their first creature. Damage to target opposing creature, so you do have to target them. So if they have hexproof, you're SOL. Let's look at the rest of the deck, shall we? Electro Dominance is the player. There's a M21 poor man's version of this card. It's 4 and 10 stored mana, 4 to cast, 10 mana stored, but it does not give the last ability here. Deal X damage to any target, where X is this card's stored mana. Then the first card in your hand gains X mana, which is 10 in this case. The limitation to this is it isn't you get 10 mana, it's only that first card. So you gotta make sure the first card that's pumping up, it has some mana to gain, or else it's just a waste. There's Chandra's Incinerator. How many spells do we want? All of the spells. 1,000-Year Storm's last hurrah, my friends. Come September, this card's checking out. Support card enchantment: whenever you cast a non-copy spell, reinforce this support, then create X copies of that spell and give those copies X times 3 mana, where X is the number of the support's reinforcements. At the end of your turn, the support loses all its reinforcements. In other words, cast a spell, charge this puppy up, get copies of the spell equal to the number of supports, supports on this support, or charges on the support. What is it? Reinforcements on the support. And then when you, at the end of your turn, it wipes them all away and defers it down to 0 or 1. Expansion. Now you would think in this build we're going to have a ton of spells, right? We only have 2 spells. We have Electro Dominance and Expansion. If it's your turn, Expansion does really well in this deck. If it's your turn, copy the first spell of your graveyard with a cost 7 or less. That spell gains full mana. If it's your opponent's turn, copy the first spell in your opponent's graveyard with cost 7 or less. That spell gains full mana. Electro Dominance costs 6. On the other side, if it's early game, Explosion. Deal X damage to any target where X is your red mana bonus, then draw an amount of cards equal to your blue mana bonus. Both of them are 4 with the Planeswalker I'm using, who is Jaya, and that's why it works. Whirlwind of Thought. I'm not sure about this card yet, but the reason I like it is because it helps us ramp into our 3rd Planeswalker ability. When you cast a non-creature card, draw a card, then you gain 3 loyalty. This effect can trigger up to 4 times per turn. So per turn, you're getting up to 16 loyalty to trigger that ultimate ability. You'll see why here in a minute. Mirror March. Mirror March. When this support is on the board, your creatures gain haste. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if there are 9 or more red gems, reinforce that creature, destroy 5 random gems, and repeat this process at the end of your turn. If a creature you control was reinforced by the support, it loses all of its reinforcements. The downside of this is because we're running a mono walker, we're going to be concentrating on popping red gems. I try to do blue gems because they're equal to our red gem break, and leave as many red gems as I can. Rarely does this trigger, but it does from time to time, depending on one of the next creatures. Killer Instinct. Get our critters out. You know what it does. Kills them at the end of the turn. They have haste. Embercleave. Why do we have Embercleave in here? For the giggles. I might take it out because it's a little expensive. When we can cast it, it's nice, but it has a tendency to get in the way of the play. Avaricious Dragon. Whenever you draw a card, destroy 3 gems of the opponent's color. This sucks against mono walkers, but it's great against tricolor walkers. Let's try to use tricolor walkers. Leyline of Punishment is surprisingly good. While the support is on the board, players can't gain life. Aha! You cannot gain life. Aha! And each creature in Planeswalker loses prevent damage. Nice. Overflow. Deal 3 damage to your opposing target. We're going to do a lot of drawing. Where this really shines is when you draw it, hey, get out of my hand and go do damage to the opponent, which then brings down Chandra's puppy, where is he? Incinerator, and allows you to cast him for cheaper. Which Planeswalker am I using today in this illustrious build? It's Jaya Ballard. First ability, fetch the first spell in your library. That first spell in your hand gains 10 mana. It doesn't matter where it is, it just gets that 10 mana. Burning Books, if the last card in your hand is a spell, deal 8 damage to your opponent. If not, gain 4 mana, discard a card, draw 4 cards. We really just use that for the draw ability because we don't normally have unfetched spells in our hand. But our real trick is the third one. We want to ramp into our third ability. It's only 15. So if we draw enough cards or cast enough spells, we charge this ability up so we can use it as often as we need to. But really, we're just using the third ability once, ideally, and then we're using the first ability over and over again to win. The token that it produces is a Major Professional Destruction token. Major Professional Destruction, red. Support card, emblem 4, token. Whenever you cast a non-copy spell, copy the first 2 spells from your library. They gain full mana. Yay! Why this works really well with, and in combo with, what is it? What's the card? I already forget. Expansion Explosion, is because it grabs a copy of the card, so you get to cast it. It's like a double cast. It's exciting and new. Let's give it a shot, shall we? All right, so we're going to be facing a tricolor walker. Exciting. So let us go beat the Bolas too. Let the magic puzzle quest begin. That's how I'm going to do that from now on. I like this. All right, my friends, let's see what we got here. Embercleave is not what I want to see in my hand right now, but Thousand Year Storm is something good to get out, so we're going to start charging that up. Oh, look at that, 5 swap, bam. Let's see, anything else? And we want to charge up our... We're not really concerned with getting too much out other than powering up our loyalty in our DNA. Look at that. Pays off to be focused, disciplined in your gameplay. Stay true, my friends. Stay true. All right, Mirror March is another one to get out. Let's see here. Do we have any loyalty? And it's blue, right? Yeah, blue is 4, 5 is red. Everything else is 3. Whoop, wrong one. What happened? Did I push a button? I pushed a button. I didn't mean to push the darn button. Dang it! I pushed the wrong button, my friends. I pushed the wrong button. I may have sabotaged all of our effort here. Let's do this. Boom. Boom. I was hoping for more of a landfall than that, but that's all right. That's okay. It's all right. More Mirror March. We don't need more Mirror March. Actually, let's do this. Expansion Explosion. Let's turn that puppy around. Let's actually do this. And we will go... Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. Oh, yeah, blue's right there. All right, cool. And I'll get a landfall. Double landfall. I was hoping for triple. Let's not shoot me. Let's put me over here. Shoot him in the face. Bola. Facey. Don't need an Embercleave. There's Chandra. There's Incinerator. And yes, we confirm to the face. Bam, we draw another card. Yes. And it gains mana. Interesting. I'm not sure why that happened. But I like it. Alright, come on now. Alright, did we get our third ability? No, we haven't. See, this is trickery, shenanigans, tomfoolery. We're going to turn that around. We're going to ditch Killer Instinct because we really don't need any of this. Leyline of Punishment, we don't need that. Embercleave, we certainly don't need. So we are going to go this route and see if we can get anything good here. Alright, let's go. Let's actually go here. No. Alright. Oh, good drop. Good swipe there, Bully. Alright. Should have already had my third ability triggered. There she is. That's good. And I'm adverse to paying any kind of mana into Chandra's Incinerator because I like getting him for free. Let's do here. Good. Got a landfall, double landfall. Let's shoot that guy. Let's see what we can have happen there. Oh, that's enough. Nice. Very nice. Draw 4 cards. Boom, boom, and boom. I contemplated putting in here Song of Creation, but the problem is it draws 2 cards for every time you cast a spell, and it just stuffs your hand so you can't use a lot of the spell work. And that's why I'm questioning whether or not I want to use, whatchamacallit, if I want to use Whirlwind of Thought, because I don't want it to do that thing too often. All right, so here we've got the major token. Finally, that took longer and it would have gone faster had I not done the thing. What do I have in my graveyard? It's just an expansion. Okay. So we're going to... we do want a Killer Instinct out. We're going to turn that around. And we are going to... white, blue, red. There's white. There's red. Thousand Year Storm. I guess. Okay, let's go. I'd rather take it than give it to him. Force him to take a different deal. Oh, look at that. He's removing my hand. Thanks, Bolly. Appreciate you, bro. You're a stud. I don't care what everybody says about you. I think you're fantastic. All right, there's that. We want to keep that on the board. So we're going to try to protect our Thousand Year Storm. It was kind of a push there. He's just taking my cards now. He's getting ornery. He realized I'm a combo deck. He's like, all right, you're going to try to kill my critters, huh? All right, here's this. Now, this is what's really great about this card and why it's so important to play it. We want to go here, boom, and we get enough. We just want to cast the thing. We don't care if it does 1 point of damage or not, because it still triggers all of our abilities, right? And so now we can start getting the mana we want. Let's shoot, let's actually shoot the critter, because I want to keep that somewhat kosher. Keep our life loss to a minimum. All right, now that's good. We're going to give 8 mana to whatever the top card is. All right, we're going to do another 10 mana to whatever the top card is. I don't even know what it is. There's Whirlwind of Thought. All right, we've powered up with doing all of this stuff now because of the card draws, because of Whirlwind of Thought. And that's the real advantage, is it just recharges your hand for the next go-round. And look at that, Mirror March. Putting in work, ladies and gentlemen, doing the thing that we know it's capable of doing. Plus, you add that to Avacyn's dragon deal there, and he winds up powering up your entire hand, which keeps the momentum going. And I think that's game. I think he wins. Let's see, is he going to do another one? Yep, there he is. And game. Nico Bolas, the Ravager. I don't care how strong people think you are. Nalthazar, I'm talking to you. I'm actually looking at this bad boy and saying, yeah, I'm not impressed, senor. Not impressed. All right, cool. Let's give it another shot. Let's see what we got. We'll go round 2. So that took 5 points of damage in the process of actually working all of that out. Let's see if we can make it work even better. And that was slow. I messed it up. We're going after Nico Bolas again. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. This is Nico 1, NB1. Let's see what we got here. We're going to try to get him out as quickly as possible because he powers up our hand. A Sapriel. And we need red and blue. That's fine. What's funny is I wanted to spotlight the Incinerator card, but we wound up not doing that because he wound up taking cards out of my hand. We don't need 2 of you. Come on, man. And let's do this. Good. All right, so now every time we draw a card, we're crushing 3 of his gems, or 3 different color gems, so that's good. He's got plenty of gems on the board for me to destroy, to conquer, to overcome. All right. Oh, look at that. Free mana. Mana from heaven. And again, we're trying to get our 3rd loyalty or Planeswalker ability up on the board ASAP. That's the point. I'm not really worried about what I'm going to draw because that's not relevant to what I'm doing. Oh, man, I had actually a good landfall there. I messed it up. I just don't want that currently. We're really looking just to power it up enough to get it moving. Totally messed up my swap there. All right, let's just go here. All right. We're just going to win by dragon attacks. It won't matter because Bolas has got his first ability now next turn. He's probably going to kill the dragon. So whatever I'm planning on doing here, it's got to happen now. All right, so that's good. That's good. I'd rather get Killer Instinct out than any of this other stuff. Is there a way I can landfall that? No, but I could potentially get here. And come on, man, I need that loyalty ability. Let's go. Let's go. There's a guy that used to play for the Arizona Cardinals called Calais Campbell, and he had this really raspy, deep voice. Let's go, he'd always say, 100%, 100%. Here we are. Now we just hit our deal 100%, and now you know whenever I say it, 100%, that's where it comes from. All right, so we got our third ability, Shampoo, ready to rock on the next turn. We want to charge up our first ability again because that's where that comes in, so we go for loyalty more than anything else. Now we've got Mirror March on the board, we've got Embercleave, and we've got Death. Death flying in the air, and now Killer Instinct's on the floor as well. So now we're actually going to get 2 chances at getting out Fiery or Chandra's Incinerator on the board. Do we get it this time? We don't. That's okay. I like Avacyn's here because he actually helps me to keep my mana acceleration going. So there's one. Did it bust? No, it didn't. All right. And I don't want to cheat him out, but I do want to do this. All right, so we don't have a spell in our hand. Shampoo. There's expansion. We don't have one on the board, so we're going to do this. We're going to go here. And we're going to say here. Because I do want to get him out. So he takes 5. We draw 4. And that might be enough to get that support on the board. Come on, man. Combo breaker. Didn't happen, but I did 20 points of damage. Lost another critter. Here we go. What's funny is I played this deck. I play tested this deck a couple of times before I started recording, and it crushed him like 4 turns. It was ridiculous. And now it's not doing it. All right, we don't need another KI. We don't need a ley line. Why didn't that trigger the way it was supposed to? Maybe it was because it was not enough cards. All right, so I'm going to get that out of my hand. I'm going to go for another one. We've got to get an Electro Dominance. Finally, there it is. Okay. So Mirror March is on the board. Watch this. Now we're going to get Chandra Incinerator on the board free, on the free tip. Let's go here. Nice. That's what I want to see, baby. Good job. All right, so we shoot him in the face. We get another Incinerator. We get all the lands, all those spells rather, and we trigger Mirror March. It's a perfect trifecta. It's a triple threat. It's a triple threat working right now. All right, so we shoot him in the face again, right? And we shoot him in the face when? Right now. And what do? We do it again. Oh, but let's, expansion triggered. That's fine. We shoot him in the face again. And just like that, my friends, I got another swap. I don't have time to do any of this business. We're just going to win. Let's just go win. And my abilities are charged back up again. This is how we do Fiery Emancipation without Fiery Emancipation. Now, as soon as I pull that card, I'm throwing it into this deck. And I want you to imagine every time I'm doing damage to him, every spell I'm casting, in this case it would be 6 and 11, it's going to be doing 6 additional damage to him and 10 additional damage to him. And then the Chandra's Incinerator is just going to get free mana even that much quicker. You literally will spend no mana on him and he'll just hit the board directly. Plus Electro Dominance giving you that extra 10 mana into your hand or into your first card in your hand. It's a ridiculous build. So if you've got the cards to do this, this is literally in a Fiery Emancipation build minus the Fiery Emancipation. Those two were the slowest that I've played. I've played this deck about 5 times with this build. There's a little tweaking here if I look at the deck again. The flex cards in this deck would probably be maybe Embercleave. I think I'd take Embercleave out. I would take Embercleave out because it's too expensive, although it does make the things good. I would throw in a different support. Which support would I throw in? Let's see. I'd start low. I'd want it to cost no more than 10. Maybe Sword of the Animus because it helps break some stuff. Or what does Rakdos Right Knife do? When the support's on the board, your first creature gets plus X plus the number of supports reinforcements whenever a creature you control dies or loses a reinforcement. Reinforces the support when the support is destroyed, then an opposing creature. That's kind of meh. So if you don't have Whirlwind of Thought, another card you can use, which is a masterpiece too, is Gemstone Caverns. At the beginning of your turn, convert 3 gems to loyalty gems. If this support is reinforced 2 or more times, convert 4 gems to your Planeswalker's color instead. So this would actually be a good card to throw in there, and I'll probably add it to the deck just in case. At the beginning of your turn, convert 3 gems to loyalty gems. If this support is reinforced 2 or more times, convert 4 gems to your Planeswalker's colors instead. Overflow, reinforce the land support you control. So it'd be reinforcing itself on the draw. So that might be a card that I'd run. I don't know if that's the best way to go, but it is a way to go. And I like this build. I think it's, if you've got the cards, it might be something you want to consider for yourself, because I think it's something that works pretty well. Another card I was going to experiment playing with is Sun Forger, which is something I might take out Gemstone Caverns for. It's another masterpiece. Sorry, I got all these masterpieces, got to use them. While the support's on the board, your first creature gets +6. Whenever you match the support's gem, fetch the first red or white spell in your library. It gains full mana. It will help to move this thing along very quickly, because you're not going to have a lot of red gems to match. That's the problem. So there you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. If you comment, really feeds the algorithm, gets it happy, feeds it to other people, shows them that this content's worth watching. And if you agree, comment below. And I always love hearing from you guys. I appreciate all of you guys, all the comments, everything you guys have done here has really been amazing. I really love the outpouring of support and comments and everything you do. It means a lot. And yeah, let me know what other cards you want me to break, what other cards you've got that you think are good from M21. I haven't gotten a lot of really good ones. I got a lot of commons and rares that I think are really good. I'm going to start spotlighting over the next week, but I'm still trying to pull those mythics and those masterpieces, man, because there's some good stuff. And I spent a lot of crystals to go get them. Look at my crystals. Look at they're like Billy, they're crystals. All right, anyways, I digress. Till the next adventure, till the next quest, my friends, keep your swords up, and then we'll keep our magic strong. Talk to you then. Bye.